Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Tony T. Time for our MLB 3-pack with Ramon Scott. You'll find his pre and plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. Also, catch him on the morning stream live here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Also, archives immediately following the show. Let's bring Ramon in right now. Ramon, what's going on?
Yeah, Tony, they're dropping like teams losing in the playoffs, I guess, for lack of a better term, and we're winding down some of these series, but certainly still plenty of action. We're going to cover some baseball here, but certainly some good results, interesting results on Monday night, and we'll see what happens on Tuesday with these first rounders.
Yeah, first rounders here on obviously Tuesday. We've got baseball here on the board here on our show tonight. So we'll get underway here with Rays and Brewers here in this one.
Yeah, Tony. So a little bit of line didn't quite come out yet when we were previewing this one. It may be a little bit cheaper than this, given what happened yesterday. Took a stab at it. I think probably you're looking at somewhere in the 135 to 150 range with the Rays here and the Brewers. Rays won 1-0 behind Pepio, pretty much. Uh, Basically gave up 3 hits to Milwaukee, so really mowed them down. And Brewers, one of their worst offensive nights of the season. I'm going to take them on a bounce back here. Rays with a bullpen game with Alexander coming into this one. And Freddie Peralta, Tony, really has been mowing them down. So they do have that going for them in this game. So maybe it will be $1.50 or more, actually, the way Freddie's been going, right? 3.18 ERA, 33% K rate, Tony, so far this season. The Brewers are 5-0 with Freddie on the mound. And Tampa Bay, they're already down 8.5 units coming in, and Milwaukee is up 6.75 units per this season. We know the Rays have been talked about as a team to fade here, but they got the win yesterday. Brewers still seems like a hotly contested series. I'll take them here with Peralta.
All right, well, Scott, click the link below for his best bets. Doing great work in baseball the last 7 days. Rays and Brewers. There'll be Brewers here, money line. Do your line shopping. You'll find 135 to 150 as we film. All right, let's continue on here. Remember to use the promo code TonyT to check out to save 20% off. You'll find a link to Ramon's page in the description. All right, let's get to the next game here on this 3-pack as we move to 8 Eastern time for the next game here on the board for Ramon here in this time. So let's see what we got here. We're going to be looking at Nationals and Rangers, so we'll move it here to this game right now. Nationals and Rangers going head-to-head here. We know the Rangers should be about the $1.45, $1.55 range in this one.
Yeah, Tony, and I was going to take a look here at the total with this as well, designated there. There were some, again, we're right in the start of some series, second game of some, but it's a little bit of fragmented pitching information coming in that kind of left the lines short on some of these games, but I'm showing here we'll probably have Mackenzie Gore going for Washington, a 3.12 ERA. John Gray for Texas, 2.92 ERA. Gray's been pretty strong, of course. Total here, I've got it probably around the 8.5 range. Gray's been good, man. With 1, 4, and 1 to the under so far. 2 strikeout pitchers kind of here with Gray, 29% K rate. Mackenzie Gore, 28% K rate. He's won 3 and 1 to the under as well. Texas has gone under in 5 of their last 6 games. Tony, Washington obviously had a big weekend offensively against Miami, but here going up against Gray, who's done pretty well, but I think he can tame him a little bit more. And I think Mackenzie Gore, sure, there's some bats you got to be worried about there in the Texas lineup if you're Mackenzie Gore, but as long as he's okay against Seager and against Lowe, the guys he has his best matchup against, again, I'm not down on Gore at this point, 3.12 ERA, sure, maybe some regression. But I'm going to take the under here in this one with Washington and Texas. I'm on Gore a little bit here for improvement in his career track this season.
All right, Ron Scott, click the link below for his premium picks, Nationals and Rangers. It'll be under total of 8.5 runs. All right, let's continue on here on the show, guys. Remember the promo code Tony T at checkout will save you 20% off all Ramon's premium pick packages. Find the link to his page in the description. He's doing great work in baseball over the past 7 days. Let's continue here on the rundown here from Major League Baseball. 3-pack coming up. We'll be going out to the West Coast for this game. It's this one right here. Phillies and Angels. Phillies is $1.34, total 8.5.
I'm not backing down, Tony, with the pick here. As I'm getting ready to meet with you, going over the games, and looking at the matchups. I know the Phillies bullpen blew up again, and the Angels gave up a few runs too. These guys got terrible bullpens, but I'm going to look for the game to go under. I don't need to talk, like I want to clue everybody into what happened. I mean, the Phillies jumped out to a strong lead again. Tony, the top of the lineup. I mean, you talk about your Yurfie Phillies. I mean, these guys get off to great starts. They ready to roll with that. They got a strong lineup, of course. Get off to a big lead, but the bullpen comes out, and Angels come all the way back for the win. Hang on 6-5 for the win. Turnbull here for the Phillies. Tony, Turnbull's good. He just doesn't have the stamina, not just in the, he can actually go a little bit deep into games, but he's a guy you got to kind of measure his innings a little bit, especially if you're going to get a full season out of him. So he is somebody you got to worry about. Does get into the Phillies bullpen a little bit, but Turnbull 1.33 ERA so far. Limited 3 games, I believe, but 2-0 record. Tyler Anderson for the Angels, Tony, 1.78 ERA, 181 BABIP, and a 95% strand rate, well better than major league averages. But his metrics aren't good, so I'm gonna bank on him still, able to keep some form here a little bit. But it would, Tony T special 509 xFIP is probably going to decline rapidly. I'm going to need him one more time here before, and try not to get too deep into that bullpen. Remember, the Phillies are still, the under team pretty much of them in Seattle at this point. Phillies 7-14-1 to the under as a favorite, 3-9-1 to the under on the road. So I'm still going to grab it under here, Tony, with this one. Can't have it unfold like tonight, or like on Monday night, but I'm going to roll with Turnbull a little bit here to kind of do it again and keep a little more under control tonight.
Ramon Scott here with Phillies and Angels on a total of 8.5 runs. We got you through this 3-pack from Major League Baseball with Ramon. Now it's time to turn to our attention over to TonySpitch.com for the Tuesday card. Ramon doing here great work in Major League Baseball the past 7 days, 346 units of profit, all documented over the site. So when you go to Ramon's handicapping page, you can verify these numbers. All right, we got some volume in the NBA here with a 3-game card, also 4 from the NHL. We got 16 games here for Major League Baseball. That's St. Louis, Detroit. We'll doubleheader on Tuesday. What do you have going over at the site?
Yeah, Tony will be back at it in Major League Baseball. A premium winner tonight as well. Dodgers, Diamondbacks over. We also had a couple of premium winners in the NBA and one in the NHL. So hopefully we'll hit it again here on Tuesday. Came at you with some nice winners here on the show. So hit me up over at Tony'sPicks.com. Check out my premium pick packages for Tuesday. Probably go with some pretty good volume. We got 4 games on the ice, as Tony said, and that NBA card as well. So, more than a handful of premium pick plays to try to roll the board here on Tuesday night. You also can get my 3-day, 7-day, or 30-day premium pick pass. See it there on the screen. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Ignore those prices right there. Take off 20% when you use this promo code TonyT at checkout over at Tony'sPicks.com. That's where you get my best picks. I'm all up and down the network here with you, Tony, and on the show, giving out free picks. Just trying to come on here and show I know a little bit more about the national pastime and other sports. And I put my best picks up at Tony'sPicks.com. These are the games that I feel the most strongly about, and you can get them over at our website, Tony'sPicks.com. But I'll be here for more free picks. I'll have packages tomorrow, Tony. Probably maybe just one. Again, that's how I rolled it on Monday night, and maybe just come in with a nice 7-pack of games, a little mix of games, because that's kind of where we're at right now. Like I said, we're losing some teams fast. You got in the NHL tomorrow night, Tony. All 4 games feature 3-1 series lead. So see if we can squeeze out a few more games here on the ice. We'll be losing games for a few days.
That's right, guys. Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can see the great results in baseball. 346 years of profit, all documented the last 7 days with Ramon. Better time now than to click the link in the description and get on board with Ramon. Long-term pass will serve you well. Guys like early in the week like these 7-day passes, get all Ramon's free in place for 7 days. All the baseball coverage, NBA playoffs, NHL in the first round, and of course peripheral sports on the weekend. European soccer, Champions League in there as well, action on the weekend, and of course UFC also part of the All Sports Pass. Best bets, late steam included on all the long-term passes as well there for you guys, and we'll save you some money as we mentioned. Use that promo code 20T at checkout and you'll save that 20% off. All right, Ramon, you can also catch Ramon here live morning steam 9 a.m. each time, gives a pick from all the major sports, MLB, NBA, NHL, maybe look at some peripherals as well. 9 a.m. Eastern time. I know for our on-demand audience, this is if you're unable to watch the show live, it does archive immediately on YouTube. So we have a 1-day game. So lots of picks will be actionable for your drive home or for your lunch hour. So make sure you visit Tony'sPicks.com. Go to to our archive, live shows, morning steam there. You'll find a pick from every game on the major board here. Ramon Scott. So tune him in. Ramon, I'm Tony T. We'll talk to you later.